Hello everyone and welcome to another Tamagotchi video. This time I'm going to be comparing the sizes of the most recent Tamagotchi release, which is of course the Tamagotchi Uni, with various other Tamagotchi and virtual pet releases. So this is similar to what I did with the Tamagotchi Smart when it released. I just compared it with various other virtual pets that are similar, so mainly Tamagotchi. So this will basically go the same way. And this is because the most important thing that people seem to ask me, other than is something fun, which is the obvious one, is how the size shapes up to other releases. And that's because, you don't want a huge chonking virtual pet that you have to lug everywhere, that you effectively need to put in a bag rather than a pocket. So this is hopefully going to help out some few people about how big this release is. So first of all, if you liked the size of the Tamagotchi Smart, you're probably going to love the size of the Tamagotchi Uni. It is more or less the same size as the Tamagotchi Uni. It just seems a little bit smaller, so a little bit thinner there, just in terms of width. But more or less, fairly easy to compare. It does, of course, have real buttons, which make it slightly taller than that size. It's calling out for me. It's done a poo in the corner, which is interesting. Yes, I just started this up, so I have a baby. But in any case, back to the size comparisons. There is, of course, the other more recent release, which is the Tamagotchi Pix, which definitely is one of the bigger releases. I do love the Pix, but I feel like its only downfall is its huge size. It's very wide and tall, and if you put it in your pocket, it's it's any bigger and it wouldn't be a pocket pet. But it's very chonky, and that is because it takes the AAA batteries there, but it also has the camera functionality there. So big difference in size between the Uni and the Pix. Again, the Pix's downfall is the size. Otherwise, I'm a huge fan of the Pix. I can basically say because it is so good, the size is less of a problem. So mainly, it's the same size as the Smart. I also have the Flower Go Walk, which also uses AAA batteries, and again, makes it quite thick. The reason for comparing this, other than it is a fairly recent release, is because it has the pedometer functionality, which the Tamagotchi Uni and Smart both have, but the Tamagotchi Uni uses it a lot more than the Tamagotchi Smart does. So that's my reason for comparing it there. We also have the ways you can wear it, which is similar again to the Smart, where you plop it in its little armband and you put it on your wrist. The band itself is a lot nicer than the one that comes with the Smart. It feels like it's also a little bit longer too, which feels like that's another question that people ask, is how does the band feel? And it is nice that they've added this clasp rather than having it kind of work a little bit not super securely, same as the Vital Bracelet BE, which it's about as thick as, but not as wide horizontally, so it's pretty thick that way, but it's the same thickness there. So similar to the Vital Bracelet, I wouldn't wear the Uni on the wrist like I didn't wear the Smart on the wrist, but it is important that you have that option and that you're aware of that option, because it comes with this. You can buy other bands for it as well. But yeah, I'm not going to be wearing this on my wrist. I didn't wear my Smart on the wrist. I wear a Fitbit, and typically I also wear a Vital Bracelet on my other wrist. I don't want to wear too many things on the wrist. Like, I don't want to wear the Smart and the Uni, and the Vital Bracelet. I'm definitely not going to wear just the Vital Bracelet and the Uni. I feel like, just the Vital Bracelet is enough, but I'll have it in my pocket, and because it's a nice small size, it can fit in the pocket. There's also the Tamagotchi On/Meets, which was the previous Tamagotchi release in America outside of the pics. And again, huge difference in size there. Again, this is smaller than the pics, but it's still a lot wider than the Tamagotchi Uni there. Then of course we have the biggest one, which I always show the Tamagotchi Tamatown Tamago because it's just so unnecessarily huge. But I do like that it's got a flat bottom, so it can sit like that. I love that fact that it can sit upright like that. Not many other Tamagotchi can boast the same. They kind of all fall over if you try to sit them like that. But overall, it's definitely not as thick as the Tamagotchi Tamatown, which yes, that's how big the Tamago Tamatown is. It's even bigger than the pics, which is the chonky one. And also you can see that the pics also did not have buttons. So big fan of the fact that they brought back the buttons for the Tamagotchi Uni. Then of course we have the original release, same size as the re-releases that Bandai keep on releasing. So if you're wondering how that compares, it is smaller than the Uni. So again, same as the re-releases, they'll be the same size. So they are smaller than the Uni, and Nanos and Minis are obviously also smaller than the Mini because they are smaller than the original releases. And then of course we have the Connection, which, like the Smart, is a fairly similar size. So if you have any Tamagotchi Connection pouches, it will also fit in in that pouch. And because they've got buttons, you can also see the difference in buttons. So you can kind of see that it's a little bit thicker on the Uni, but more or less very similar in size. The most similar being the Smart, because the Uni is effectively a Smart successor. It's a Smart and a Pix successor, which is why I think that I'll enjoy it. But as you can see, since I have a baby, I've only just recently started up the Uni. I will of course have a video review on the Uni once I've had a little bit more time with it, and depending on how my release schedule goes, maybe this video is after the review. I don't know. But flush poo count as you do. But in any case, that's just a few different comparisons in terms of size. Hopefully that was helpful to someone, just because a lot of people do get concerned about how big something is, especially if you do want to just carry it around to everyday events. You don't want something that is huge and stands out too much. So I'll just continue feeding this little guy. So in any case, that's it for this video. Let me know your thoughts, comments, questions, etc. in the comment section below. Like this video for an exciting global release Tamagotchi. Subscribe if you haven't already, and if you have subscribed, tell your friends, tell your families, tell your enemies, and of course, I will see you on the next video. Bye!